Greetings, welcome back to another walkthrough. This walkthrough, we're going to go through Word Chapter 9 Grader Project Seminar Evaluation. Let's go ahead and begin. We'll go ahead and click on the assignment. And download our starting materials. Do not click on the download all files. Go ahead and download and print your instructions. Go ahead and download your student file and the logo photo. And then go ahead and open up your student file. And hit Enable Editing. So here it is. Here is our file. And let's begin. So the very first thing we want to do is we want to open up our Developer tab options. To do this, we're going to come to our File tab. And from our File tab, we're going to go all the way down here to the bottom where it says Options. And from Options, we're going to customize our ribbon. And from Customized Ribbon, we're going to come over here to our tabs, and we're going to put a check mark next to Developer tab. And then go ahead and hit OK. All right, first thing we want to do is insert the file name in the footer. And we'll go to the Insert tab here. From the Insert tab, our header footer grouping. We'll click on Footer and Edit Footer. From Edit Footer, we're going to come up here to our Insert grouping here and click on Document Info and File Name. And there it is, our file name's put in. We can close our header footer. And it wants us to press Control Home. So if you hold down the Control key and hit Home, it takes us up to the very top of the document. You could also just come to the top of the document and click at the top of the document. It is always a good idea to turn on these paragraph markings if they're not on already. And it wants us to insert the picture, our logo picture. So let's go to the Insert tab. And from the Insert tab, we're going to click on Pictures. And we downloaded it to the Downloads folder, so I'm going to navigate to the Downloads folder. And here it is, our W09G logo photo. And hit Insert. And a pretty big picture gets put in here. Let's go ahead and edit this picture. Under our Picture Tools Format tab here, make sure you're clicked onto the picture it's selected. But come up here to our Picture Tools Format tab. Come over here to the Size group, and we want to change the height to 2. So we'll change our height right here to 2 and hit Enter. And then go ahead and hold down the Control key and hit E. Control E will center our picture for us. All right, for step number 3, it wants us to position our insertion point at the empty paragraph below the picture. So this empty paragraph right here. And it wants us to type in Seminar Evaluation Form. And once we've typed in Seminar Evaluation Form, hit Enter. And then go ahead and highlight Seminar Evaluation Form. And we're going to change the font color to Green Accent 6 Darker 50%. So we'll come up here to our font group. Click on the A with the red underline underneath it. Click on that down arrow next to it. And we want to find Green Accent 6, Darker 50%, which should be the last color right here. Now it also wants us to create a new color set. To do that, we'll go to our Design tab here. And we'll click on Colors. And we're going to customize colors. And we are going to create a customized color called LAURALES 9G. Make sure it is spelled properly. And we are going to change accent 1 right here. We're going to change accent 1 to the first color in the row of standard colors. So it looks like we're going to change it to this dark red right here. And then for accent 6, we're going to change it from green. We're going to change it to the third color, under standard colors, which is going to be orange. And there we have it. Go ahead and hit save. And notice that because we had this set to accent 6, it was a green accent 6. Because we changed accent 6 in our color scheme to the orange color, it has now changed that color for us. Now it wants us to create a font set using Segoe Print for the heading and Segoe UI Light for the body. So we'll come up here to our Design tab. Under our Design tab, under the fonts right here, we're going to customize our fonts. For our heading font, it wants us to change it to Segoe Print. So I'm going to click on the down arrow here. I'm just going to start typing in SEG. And notice how I'm now down to the S's here. I can go ahead and scroll down and find Segoe Print. And then for the body font, it wants us to do Segoe UI Light. So type in SEG and find Segoe UI Light right here. And we're going to give this a name of the same name we gave the colors, LAURALES 9G. And go ahead and hit save. And now if you've deselected this, reselect the seminar evaluation form. Make sure seminar evaluation form is highlighted. Let's go to the home tab here. Oh, let's change it to heading 1 style first. So we'll come up here to our styles grouping. If need be, click on the down arrow with the line above it, select heading 1, and then change the font size to 24. So come back up here to the paragraph grouping and hit center. Now it wants us to convert the first table to a text separated with paragraph marks. So right here, this table here, if you hover over the table, notice you get this icon right here. If you click on this icon once, it will highlight the entire thing for us. We're going to come up here to our layout tab, and then under our data, we're going to hit convert to text. And that will go and make it with paragraph marks and hit OK. And that will take out the table and it will put it in as regular text. Now it wants us to turn on our design mode. So I'm going to come up here to our developer tab here. And under developer tab, I want to click on design mode. And once design mode is on, we can go ahead and start putting some fields into our tables here. So the very first one, under name or next to name, in this blank cell next to name, we want to insert a plain text content control. So I'm going to come up here to my controls under my developer tab, and I'm going to hover over these until I find plain text control. Well, this one's rich text control. The second one over is plain text control. So I'm going to click on that one, and it will go ahead and put a field in for us. Now I want to go ahead and where it says seminar date, I want to go ahead and put my cursor in the cell next to seminar date. And I want to put in the date picker content control, not to be confused with your nose picker control. So let's go ahead and come up here to our controls grouping. And I'm going to hover over these icons. I believe it's this one right here. It says date picker content control. But notice that it wants us to change the date format. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to find where it says properties. I'm going to click on properties. And I am going to find where it says 51319. The capital MDYY is the format that we want. It's 51319. Go ahead and hit OK. Now under instructor, or next to instructor, go ahead and put our cursor in this blank cell next to instructor. And we want to do a drop down list. So I'm going to come up here to my content control, and I'm going to hover over them until I find the drop down list, which is this one right here. And again, I'm going to click on properties. And right here where it says drop down list properties, I'm going to click on add and type in Alvin Barnes. Make sure you spell it correctly and hit OK. Then when I add another name, this is going to be Charles Corbin. Make sure you spell that correctly and hit OK. And then lastly, hit add again, and we're going to type in Susan Parrish. And then hit OK. And then hit OK again. And the reason why we're doing this is when someone fills out this form, we only want to give them certain things that they can do. So they can only do text in here. They can only pick a date here. Here they can only select an instructor from a drop-down list. And we're going to do the same thing with subject. Go ahead and click on the blank cell next to subject. Go ahead and come back up here and click on the drop-down list. Click on properties again. And now we're going to go ahead and hit add. We're going to add customer service. Hit OK. Hit add again. We're going to type in employee benefits. Go ahead and hit OK. Hit add again. I'm going to type in Microsoft Office. Hit OK, and then add one more, which is safety issues. And hit OK. And then hit OK again. All right, so now we're done with this first table. We're going to come down here to our second table, and we want to put a check-marked box in all of these. And unfortunately, there's no easy way to do it. You just have to click on this one, come up here and find the checkbox, click once, and then click here and click on the checkbox, click here, checkbox, and then just do this for all of these boxes right here, all these blank ones. All right, now once you get all of those check boxes in, go ahead and hold your control key and hit the end button, which will take us down to the very bottom of the document. If need be, you can click on the very last paragraph mark here. And then we're going to go to our insert tab. From our insert tab under our text grouping here, I want to click on signature line, the down arrow next to signature line. And I want to add Microsoft Office signature line. And under suggested signer, I'm going to type in employee name. And once I have employee name here, I'm going to hit OK. And now I want to turn off my design mode. So I'm going to click on developer and I'm going to turn off design mode. And notice now when I turn off design mode, I can only choose from a drop down list here. I can only choose from a drop-down list here. I can't type anything in. I can only pick a date here for the time, for the day. So it restricts my editing and what I can do. So I'm going to go ahead and hold down the control key and hit home, which will take me to the top of the document. You can just click at the top of the document. And it wants me to restrict editing. And to do that, I'm going to go to my review tab. And under my review tab, under the protect group, I'm going to click on restrict editing. Under 2, I'm going to put a check mark right here, allow only this type of editing. And I'm going to click the down arrow and filling in forms. And then I'm going to go ahead and just exit out of it. Right here, just hit this X. And we're done. We can go ahead and save it. So I'm going to hit the save button here. And I'm going to close out of it. And I'm going to come back to my download starting materials, hit the X. I'm going to choose my file to upload. Here it is, my student file. Hit open and upload and submit for grading and close the assignment. And now I want to see how well I did, so I'm going to scroll back down to the document, click on the three dots and hit view submissions. And it looks like I got 100%. If you got something less, you can click on this submission here. You can scroll through and see exactly what you did wrong, fix it, and then resubmit it for the best grade possible. Remember, you can turn these in for as many times as you like for the best grade possible. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me through Canvas, and have a wonderful day.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you found this video useful, please like and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be posting new walkthroughs and tech tips each week. Check back regularly for new content, and have a wonderful day.